Hi there folks, look, I just took a look at my charts and that full moon eclipse, the lunar eclipse is taking place on the 30th of November. I was actually looking at the wrong house for most of the signs, so I just wanted to quickly go through. Scorpio, the 8th house, the tantric house, is actually where this eclipse is going to take place, and that is going to activate a lot of your deeper emotions, your passions, and it will touch very heavily on your matters of intimacy. If you're married, this is going to be an important turning point for you in your relationships. Well, Scorpio, I'm back again. It's November 2020. Thanks for your company, and it's an important month. I think I might have mentioned last month the retrograde movement of Mars, your significant ruler, along with Pluto. The retrogression gives you immense power. The only problem we have here is the fact that it simultaneously rules your 6th house, and it happens to be in the 6th house. So there's a link here between your health, your vitality, your diet, your lifestyle, and that planet that is in the sector of health, disease, and well-being. So what this means is really an overdoing of your work, your living. It requires more relaxation for you, Scorpio. You've got to trust that relaxing into what you're doing is going to give you the results that you want. And this necessarily means reaching in and up to a more infinite source of power. You know, the reason we get tired is because of this relying on the finite source of energy in ourselves. And that, of course, is never going to be enough, especially the way you're living right now. I don't think it's anything serious, but I think you need to, this month especially, up until the 14th, when this planet goes direct, because it's retrograde till that date, it's just sort of back off. You don't need to do as much. Give yourself a little bit of me time. Take some time out. You don't have to be available for every single person, for every single request. You are definitely trying to do too much at this time. Can you see me clearly? I'm just trying to get a handle on whether... yeah, that's okay. So that Mars is important. The other important thing here is the fact that you've had Mercury retrograde in your 12th house. And the 12th house is a bit of a mysterious house. It's the house of secrets. It's the house of your past. All of those things in the closet, those skeletons in the closet you're trying to deal with. And the retrograde Mercury there, fortunately only up until the 4th of the month, causes you to look back, try to make heads or tails of some problem, I think, something that maybe you started a long time ago, that you've been working on. This can be a personal relationship, it can be a pet project, it can be something to do with your work. In any case, whatever it is, you need to go back into some hidden facets of that issue to try to make heads or tails of it. If you've tried to move forward on any of these points I've just made, you'll probably find yourself in quicksand. You probably find that every which way you turn, there's some sort of obstruction, a type of obstacle. People are sort of putting barricades up. And it's like when you resist that, it becomes even worse and you suffer more. So I suppose the lesson this month for you from what I'm seeing here in your chart is to just chill out. I'm a Scorpio too, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. We just got to relax a little bit and just let things happen. Actually, all I'd like to say to you there on that point is that you will find that, number one, the problem is not as bad as you at first thought. Number two, whatever the solution to that is, it's more than likely not going to come from you. So relax. Shut down from us, turn off the light, close the door, go out for a while and just let things be, and you'll be surprised, especially after the 4th when Mercury goes into its forward motion, that it will indeed start to offer you some solutions. That information, I think, will happen around the 10th, 12th. Mercury will move back out of, let me have a look here. I've got the 11th, my apologies. I'm usually near the date, but I just want to be precise. 11th, 12th, Mercury moves into your sun sign. And on the, is it the 15th? The 15th, there is an important new moon taking place in your sun sign. So this is a really big deal because it effectively means the moon is one of your best planets. It's the ruler of your 9th house, which is what we call good fortune. The 5th house is your past karma. 9th house, in a way, is tied in with that because everything you've done in your past is, the hip bone's connected to the backbone. And therefore, what's happening in the future is all to do with what you've done in the past. That may have something to do with that retrogression of your ruler and Mercury. And then the new moon taking place in your sun sign is bringing all of these factors together. It's like a jigsaw. All the pieces are falling together. And you are able to capitalize on that and start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's been a long haul. And you started to get out of the muck and the mire. But then when these retrograde planets come back, it's almost as if you're doing a Groundhog Day scenario. And didn't I go through this shit before? Why am I going through it again? And of course, the context of COVID and where the world is at the moment, let's not get into that. It's sort of slow. Everything's in slow-mo. How am I going to actually get to where I'm going is the question. So be patient. This new moon is a reset for you, particularly falling in your sun sign. And then on the 30th of the month, we see that all-important eclipse. That full moon eclipse is going to take place in the zone of relationships. So that's an important one, and one that brings all your attention for the end of the year, which we'll get into next month, on the relationships, your marriage, the significant business partnerships, and also to some extent maybe some moves or changes that are afoot in your life in terms of residential moves or some travel. 7th house, believe it or not, which is where this eclipse takes place, is not often related to, by Western astrologers anyhow, to this motion or movement or change, but it actually is. We'll talk about that more next month. In the meantime, don't forget astrology.com.au. That's my home. And you're welcome to come in there, check out the daily, the weekly, the monthly, more detailed monthly reading for you, the yearly readings, lots of free stuff there. Drop me a note if you need a personal reading. I'm here available for that. Love to look more deeply at your karma and what's going on. And do subscribe. Till next month, take care. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. See you then. Bye-bye.